visionaries, a place for dreamers. Where you wanna be? Join in, connect with us. Join in, and you can see what's up. Join in, so connect with us. Join in. It goes A-Spire, EM-Spire, DreamSpire, books for authors is on fire. A-Spire, the magazine for you. We got art and entertainment, celebrity news. M-Spire for entrepreneurs and motivators. It's demonstrated, see how they made it. DreamSpire TV, it's where you wanna be. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Mays, and I'm your host of the Authors Lounge. Don't you go anywhere because we will be right back after this advertisement. Hi, my name is Cheryl Mays, and I am your host of the Authors Lounge. And I am so excited to bring to you today an author that is going to share their motivation, his inspiration, and his heart. The reason why he put words on paper. He is going to share that with you today because this is the place where authors gather. So don't you go anywhere, because when we come back, we are going to meet Mr. David Ray Fleming, the author of The Doppelgangers, The Nothingness. So you stay tuned. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Cheryl. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I am so excited because we had an opportunity to talk before this interview actually happened. And so we have a common likeness of an individual in a movie that has actually been your inspiration. So I am really excited to talk about that too. So let me formally introduce you. You are looking at Mr. David Ray Fleming, the author of The Doppelgangers, The Nothingness. Now, David, this book is newly published. It was in March of this year.
Correct.
So in the midst of everything going on, you still had time to get your book published. That is awesome. There is no work like that of an author, right?
Correct. Writers write.
There you go. I love that. Hey, David, so now you are, first of all, I want to say thank you for serving. You are a U.S. Army veteran, so thank you for your service. And thank your family for allowing you to serve for us on behalf of our country. You are also,
Thank you.
You are also a father, you are a grandfather, and you have a lovely wife named Jacqueline Smith, and she has been actually part of the inspiration of one of the characters in the book. So I'm excited
That's
to hear
true.
about that. So, David, tell us a little bit more about you, and then we'll talk about the book.
Okay. Well, as you know, and you just stated, I'm I'm a veteran, a father of four, a grandfather of two lovely granddaughters, and I'm married to a beautiful woman, and I'm an author.
So I have to ask you this because during this time, have you had a chance to see the grandkids? You guys close where they can come over and see you during this time?
I have one in California and one in Arizona,
Okay,
which
okay,
I haven't seen. I actually saw her Christmas.
okay. Because I was going to ask, like, what did they have to do with Grandpa during this time when everybody was housed in? I didn't know if they had put makeup on you, put some hair on you, some of that kind of stuff.
No, they
He's,
didn't do that.
they didn't get a chance to. That's because you're due. It's going to happen.
Yes, I'm due. Overdue.
Hey, so David, tell me about the book. Tell me about the doppelgangers. Where did it come from? How did you actually? Because the book we're going to talk about is actually number 4. So tell us about how this
Correct.
started.
It all started, I was stationed in Europe in the mid 1970s,
Hmm.
and I visited Castle Frankenstein. And I saw a photograph of a woman in a hallway, and it seemed like no matter where I was stationed, her eyes kept following me. And I didn't pay that any more attention until about 10 years later in the 80s, watching an episode of The Twilight Zone. And I kind of pieced those two together, and out came the doppelgangers.
That is so interesting. Now, this story I love it because it's horror and thriller, and I love horror and thriller stories. So tell us about the story itself.
Okay, the story itself, and I'll try to condense everything together, but I happen to believe that there's a possibility of sister universes,
Hmm.
universes beside ours, realities beside ours. And I went to explore that and started writing about what would happen if these universes collided and the realities collided. We oftentimes think and only imagine that scary things and things of this nature happen on in movies.
Hmm.
But what if they happened actually? How would we be able to deal with it and relate to it? And so that's where this story actually emerged.
Okay.
And I wanted to bring it to my hometown, Ohio,
Hmm.
because when you look at stories and movies in this genre, it's always in Boston or Massachusetts, or not Massachusetts, but New England. But I said, scary stuff happens in Ohio too, or it could. So that's where I actually drew it from and went with it.
Okay. Now there's something interesting that happens in this story because it's about a nun who is
Correct.
actually named after your wife, right?
That's correct.
So you're giving tribute to your wife in this novel. So it's about a
Yeah.
nun, and something happens, and then she comes back. So kind of tell us a little bit about that twist.
What happens is she appears, and the characters actually resist her,
Hmm.
but they don't know that she's coming back. And she comes back with a vengeance, and she has the ability of altering realities.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts wreaking havoc in Ohio, dealing with these six characters.
I tell you, guys, listen. As you are listening to this, I have had the ability to check it out on Amazon because I'm going to give you the links in a little while where you can check the book out on Amazon. But it is literally, when you're talking thriller and horror, we're talking about burning at the stake. We're talking about revenge. We are talking about all of those things that go along with a good page turning thriller where you literally want to just sit there and go, okay, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to sleep, but I got to see what happens next. So I got to finish this chapter. Next thing you know, you've read the entire book. So it is truly one of those books. And I love that. Now, your inspiration, the movie and the individual that inspired you, we have in common.
Yes.
So tell me about that gentleman.
That gentleman's name is Rod Serling.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's the creator of The Twilight Zone. And I saw one of his episodes in 1961, long time ago, and it is the only one that he wrote that had to deal with the doppelgangers.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I did not know that stories movies like that were written first.
Mm.
And that's what drew me in, sucked me in. I mean, you had to write it
Uh-huh.
and then put it on screen. And millions of people follow Twilight Zone every year.
Mm-hmm.
And many don't know that these scripts were written by a brilliant man. And that is my inspiration.
You know, I am so excited to continue this conversation with you, David. So, guys, listen, we're going to come right back. So, don't you go anywhere because this is all too interesting. So, you're going to stay with us. Join us again. I want to show you now a trailer. So, if you are interested in having a trailer on the television program, here's what it looks like. So we are talking with David Ray Fleming, the author of The Doppelgangers, The Nothingness. This is a horror thriller genre, and it is a page turner. It literally is a page turner. So, David, you have a series. This is a series. And so this is literally book number 4. And you have book number 5 that's going to be out next year. So we'll be able to read that. But
Correct.
now, the other 4 books. Kind of tell us a little bit about the other 4 books.
The very first book was called The Beginning. And that particular book, I have to call my baby. It actually starts off with only 2 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually go through a series of events. The main character starts seeing a doppelganger, and nobody else sees it. And they think that he's going crazy and losing his mind, but he's actually seeing a doppelganger. And the second book was called The Others.
Mm-hmm.
And in The Others, his doppelganger was telling him that there are others that are crossing over into our reality that he will experience. And there are 5 other characters that join, and they start experiencing what he's experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
The third book was entitled The Nun. And thanks to my wife, Jacqueline, I asked her, because she's Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
I asked her, I said, if you were to be a nun, what would your name be? And she said it would be Sister Mary Jacqueline. And so I didn't want to put a nice, mild mannered nun there. I wanted her to be a little evil.
Mm-hmm.
And her evilness begins to grow. And it culminated with book number 4, The Nothingness, where she actually sends all 6 characters one by one into another reality totally opposite of who they are and what they are. And of course, as we alluded to, I'm in the process of writing uh, the 5th book,
Okay.
and I won't put the title out, but I'm in the process.
So here's the thing, guys. In order to know what the title is, you have to follow David. You have to follow him, and I'll tell you, he's on Facebook. He has a website, and I'm putting the website on the screen now. It's at davidflemingauthor.com. So you can go to the website. You can follow him on Facebook. Where else? Where else can they follow you, David? Because I know they want to know what happens next.
Well, actually, I do have. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, uh, and I think those are the only other 2 places where you can find me.
Okay. So there you have it. You can go to David's website. You can follow him on Instagram. You can follow him on Twitter. You can follow him on Facebook. So you have an
Hmm.
opportunity to stay connected to find out what happens in that 5th book. Because I want to know. So, and David, these books are available on Amazon.
Correct.
Okay.
Amazon.com, Walmart.com, Barnes and Noble, and also my publisher's website, which is www.blackleckerpress.net.
That's black liquor,
Black Lacquer.
lacquer. All right, guys. So you heard it there. You can get this book at Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, and blackleckerpress.net. So you have opportunity to get this book in so many different mediums that I know there is not an issue for you to actually run right now. Don't leave yet because we're not finished talking. But when we finish, I want you to immediately go to one of these platforms and get this book. Hey, David, I do have another question for you. So, what is the greatest piece of advice that you received as an author?
The greatest piece of advice that I received was to continue dreaming, continue writing, and continue sharing what's inside of you. Because a lot of people, like myself back in the day, I had written a lot of things, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think anybody would take my work serious. But that doesn't matter. If you love writing, write. And I heard from a celebrity, and I don't know if I should mention his name, but I will. It was Steve Harvey,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually said on a radio broadcast of his, do something. No matter what it is, do something. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did, and here I am.
There you go. You know, they say nothing happens unless you do something,
Yeah,
right?
gotta do something.
There you go. So I have another question for you because you are now in communications with a production Let me look at my notes here. You are now getting ready to take this to film. Number
That's
one.
correct.
So tell us about that. So for readers that are actually looking at either writing or for an author that has this book of passion that they've written and they're looking at what does that next level look like? This is it. This is that next level, is taking it to film. So how did that happen for you?
Actually, Cheryl, I did not look for it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting it. I was told to keep writing. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for success, then chances are you're not going to find it.
Mm.
Keep writing. And I was told that the greatest success as an artist is your passion.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally dropped in my lap. I got connected with a literary agent who actually told me after a week with him that New Regency Film was interested in making a movie out of the book. And I was literally floored. So what did I do? I turned around and started writing again.
There you go. Talk about inspiration, right? How's that for inspiration? It's like if you didn't think about writing, well, I think I should now because they want
Mhm, mhm.
it. That is fabulous. David, thank you so much for coming and having this conversation with us. Guys, you are here on the Authors Lounge, the place where authors gather, and you are listening to David Ray Fleming, the author of The Doppelgangers, The Nothingness, and this is book number 4 in a 7-book series. This book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and then blacklacquerpress.net. So you can follow David on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on his website, wherever you want to find him, you can find him. So
Yeah,
you
hook
can
me up.
there you go. Stay connected with him. So, David, don't go anywhere. I do want to share something with the audience here because, guys, I want you to stay connected so that you know how to find the next author that we bring to the set. So, here's what I need you to do. Right here, I want you to take your phone and I want you to take a picture of this QR code. If you have an Android, then it's on a Google Lens. You take a picture of this QR code and it's going to take you directly to our website. Now, if you can't get to Amazon or Walmart or Barnes & Noble, you can go to DreamSpireBooks.com and David's book will be listed there, along with other titles of authors that we have had the opportunity to share with. But you can get the book there and it will connect you to where you can get the book. So how easy is that for you? We are making it very easy. So go ahead and do that. And then I want you to follow us on Instagram at DreamSpire Books. Follow us on YouTube at DreamSpire Publication. We definitely look for you to join us. Just stay connected because we have got so many amazing things that are actually going to come on. And we are so excited to be able to join them with you and to be able to have them with you. So I just want to say thank you for joining us. I am always so excited when you actually get to join in and connect with us because you never know who you're going to see on the Authors Lounge. And today you had the privilege of meeting Mr. David Ray Fleming, the author of The Doppelgangers, The Nothingness. So have an amazing day. And please check the website because David is going to do an excerpt from the book. So he is going to delight us with a reading. And so I am so excited to be able to have David on and to be able to share his passion, his heart, the motivation and the inspiration that allowed him to put this book together and to share it with us. So follow us, follow David, and have an amazing day.